name I was given by a human is Maggie, and this is my story. I was born just before dawn on an early spring morning in a grove of shrubs high in the Nevada desert. You see, I was born wild and called a Mustang by men. My father was the stallion that protected the herd, and my mama, well, she was the head male. As I lay on the ground while she licked and nuzzled me, she told me that my name was a nicker, a click, and a nicker. That is how horses name their babies, and that is how she would call me.
As we emerged from the shrubs, there was a great white stallion standing nearby. It was my father, and Mama took me towards him to introduce us. As all foals do to a grown-up, I clicked my teeth and licked my lips to show respect and say hello. It was a natural instinct. I just knew how to do it. It was then that I noticed for the first time that both my mother and father were mostly white, while I was almost pure black. Except for the white hind leg, as far as I could see, the rest of me was black. The rest of the herd was grazing nearby. Mama took me around and introduced me to all the adult mares. There were 7 of them. It would be my job to get to know the younger horses as the days went by. Right now it was time to leave this protected ravine and find fresh grass as the adults were hungry. Wild Mustangs walk many miles every day searching for food and water. It was hard to walk over rocky ground at first. My feet were still soft and it hurt, but it was not long before we were in a valley with sparse grass and fresh water. Here the herd stopped to eat and drink, and I could rest.
To drink some more milk from Mama, and then lay down on a clump of prickly grass to sleep. Oh, it felt good to rest. I was tired. It seemed I had just fallen asleep when I was nudged awake by a small dark nose. I opened my eyes and was looking at another foal that looked almost exactly like me. I scrambled awkwardly to my feet, falling once in the attempt. The other foal snickered, and I got mad and I turned my back on him. He nudged me and apologized, saying he had fallen yesterday when he tried to get up too quickly, and that it would get easier with each day. My legs were just too long and hard to manage. My new friend's name was Click, Click, Nicker, and he was just 2 days older than I was. His father, too, was the white stallion, and his mother was my aunt. He took me around and introduced me to the other young horses. So far, he and I were the only new foals, although several of the mares were pregnant and would deliver their foals soon. There were 4 yearlings from the previous year, a filly, which is a girl, and 3 colts, boys. There had been 2 more, but they had not survived the winter. Then there were 5 2-year-olds, 3 fillies, and 2 colts. Click, Click, Nicker said the colts would be leaving soon to live in a bachelor herd of just young males. He too would go live in a bachelor herd in a few years. By the time we had met all the other young horses, we both were hungry and searched for our mothers. We happened to find them grazing side by side. Not only were our mothers sisters, they were also best friends, which worked out great for us. After eating, we curled up together and napped.
Next morning, we were awakened suddenly by a great commotion. I stumbled to my feet and ran and stood by my mama. Across the field, a large yellow stallion had challenged my father for the right to lead the herd. The 2 stallions fought viciously, striking with front feet and lunging at another with biting teeth. The battle ended as quickly as it started. with the yellow stallion being chased from the area by my father. I was so proud of him, and Mama was beaming. The next morning, the herd woke early and started moving up the mountains towards summer grazing. The further up the mountain we traveled, the cooler the air was. My feet were harder now, so walking on the sand and rocks was easier. 2 more foals were born, 1 colt and 1 filly. Again, both were almost all black. I asked my mama how come all the foals are black while the parents are light gray to white and all the yearlings and 2-year-olds are somewhere in between. Mama told me that she and my father were both born black, and with each year they got lighter and lighter. That was just the way it was with gray horses. Mama also told me that horses come in many, many colors. Reds, yellows, grays, black, browns, and white, with every shade in between. Some horses even have several different colors on them. Sometimes a big blotchy area, sometimes little spots, and sometimes different colored hairs all mixed up all over. If you look really close, no 2 horses are exactly alike. The next morning, when I woke up, I was startled to see all around me white, cold fluff. I nudged Clip-Clip Knicker, who was snuggled next to me. "Cool! What is it?" he asked, sniffing it. "It doesn't smell. You should taste it." I did, and I shook my head. It was really cold, but turned to water in my mouth. We both got to our feet and started playing in the snowy fluff. The other foals joined us as we galloped and jumped and kicked with delight. Oh, what fun we had that morning. But as the morning wore on and the warm sun shone, the snow became less and less, until by lunchtime there was no snow left at all. It was time to move on anyway, so after we drank milk, the herd moved further up the mountain. While getting a drink of water in a stream the following morning, Knicker, that's what I call him, and I came across 3 very funny little animals, a bigger mama and her 2 babies. They were black with a big white stripe down their backs, and their tails stuck almost straight up in the air. We learned they were called skunks. We approached very carefully. The 2 baby skunks were as curious about us as we were about them. We all touched noses in friendship. After smelling the skunks, we stuck our noses up in the air and turned up our lip. Ooh! Our new friends smelled funny. Soon, the skunk family waddled off into the trees. By the end of the following week, the herd had reached the area where we would graze for the summer. There were some trees for shade and plenty of grass to eat, and a cool water spring was only about 2 miles away. The herd had come to this area for many years, and the older horses knew it well. But for us, Knicker and me, we were only a month old, so it was going to be a great place to explore, and we had all summer to do it. Oh, what a grand summer it was going to be.